So, as first I would like to explain why I'm actually shamelessly again on stage. It's not that I really wanted to interview René, it's a big pleasure for me anyways, but the point was today at the opening speech I announced something like, or promised that we would have 50% female speakers in 2019 and 40% female speakers in 2018, and René actually brought a very intense video that showed virtual reality porn for more than 10 minutes. And I saw it and I blushed and I thought, well, maybe my first announcement in the morning and this video are counterproductive. So let's switch the whole presentation. And René was like, well, it's a 10 minutes video. I've got a 20-minute slot, so guess what? It's built on that video, Mark. And I was like, we have 1 hour. What about I am going through the presentation, not in the video, and try to get a little bit like a good storytelling out of that. And I prepared myself in a certain way for that panel. So good to have you here, René, of Reality Lovers. First question from my side. Who are you and what is Reality Lovers really doing? I mean, Sakis already said a little bit about it, but maybe you can describe by yourself what Reality Lovers is really doing.
Okay, yeah, basically my name is René and I founded Reality Lovers like 1.5 years ago as a product of our whole group. We're an online, I would say, marketing agency and working in the adult online entertainment since 2009, so quite some years. And yes, I founded Reality Lovers based on some experience I got on the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona 2 years ago. I went to a booth from Samsung, and it was the first experience with the Oculus Rift goggles, which I got with, and I was pretty amazed. I was pretty amazed about sitting there and seeing some funny videos about how to be in a roller coaster.
Funny videos, or?
No, it was funny videos. Okay. It was really, it was funny videos.
Just asking.
No, it's good. You can ask me everything on that. And it was like very impressive. So for me, it was the first intention. I think that's also why we are now talking about VR porn, is that I was really into it. I was really in that roller coaster. I was really sitting there and I was driving around the track. And that was the feeling, and for me as a businessman, and I think, okay, it was a good combination probably to give this more or less to the adult online lovers. And yeah, that was the way, and we worked really hard because it was not very easy to find a production team. It was not really easy to find somebody who has experience how to make, I would say, virtual reality and combine it with all these kind of I would say industry standards, what we have already. And yeah, but we put it together, and I think 1.5 years we started with the platform.
But to summarize it, Reality Lovers is an online marketing agency.
Reality Lovers is an online platform for adult entertainment with virtual reality content.
Okay, so only virtual reality content, or are you doing, let's define more or less the sex industry or the adult entertainment industry? Are you offering free porn, for example, but not 3D, or virtual reality, but 2D, for example, or is it only virtual reality?
We now focused only on virtual reality.
Okay, yeah. Only on virtual reality.
Only on virtual reality because we think this is the future.
That is the future. Okay, we're coming back to the future, but actually let's define the adult industry right now. So I'm not that experienced in that field, obviously.
I can help you.
Yeah. So could you define, just maybe in 1 or 2 sentences, what exactly is the adult industry in a digital space?
Currently in the digital space, you have the field that there's a lot of video producers, there's a lot of sites who are running live cam services, and there's a lot of, I would say, companies who are doing, I would say, casual dating services. So basically, these 3 big items, and now with virtual reality, which is for me the 4th big item, is like the sex industry at the moment. Yeah.
And have you been experienced in these 3 pillars of the past before, or are you completely new to the whole adult entertainment?
No. So we in the past we produced already some video content. We had also some live cam studios in cooperations with that. So we had actually one of the first, I would say, mobile apps in the US with live cam streaming. Yeah, so this was our first experience on that too. And yeah, and now it's virtual reality.
Okay, so I'm asking because, I mean, we are a founders conference, and whoever might be interested getting into the adult entertainment space, maybe it's interesting to know if you should have first experience on the business side concerning the adult entertainment space. So you have been for years inside of this,
Of course.
of this business.
Of course.
What are the barriers actually to get now, for example, into the adult entertainment space?
I think the most barriers is the context. I think compared how much revenue is generated in the adult industry, the market and the companies, I think the amount of companies are very, very small. Basically, it's a big family. I'm just open to say I probably know 80% of the whole adult industry market because it's not that big. Yeah, we're talking, you know, even like big brands like Playboy or Hustler is not that far away from us. So we are really, really close. And the thing is,
what do you mean by not far away? Concerning revenue, concerning you can call the CEO of
I can
Hustler?
call the CEO and talk to them and stuff like that. The thing is, it's building up the network. It's one of the barriers coming into that step. Like
Yeah, I can imagine that.
this is it. So the thing is, you have to deliver, and the same like you heard before. It's about the product. If you have a good product, innovative product, that's I would say one of the major, steps into that business.
Okay, so let's get more into details about VR and adult entertainment. As first, I mean, we don't showing any pictures or any videos right now. You have a platform for virtual reality porn. Is it like you are only a platform, or are you actually also producing, not the content by yourself, but let it produce?
Yeah. So actually, we are doing everything from the beginning to the end. Means we produce the content.
This is so not funny. That's a business talk.
We're producing the content. We build up the sites. We build up the studios. We build up the whole stories about the content itself. We have our own marketing team to sell it. And yeah, we are selling our product in all these kind of channels, starting with affiliate marketing, social media, and I would say, yeah, even PR is a big thing for us.
So I'm coming from, if I'm talking about VR, I'm coming most of the time from my gaming experience and gaming past actually. So VR is, in my opinion, of course, a big market, especially in esports or gaming, etc. And I always, for example, if you're taking Pokemon Go, for example, that is augmented reality. Is augmented reality also, because it's every time like AR, VR, is it also something that might be having future in the adult entertainment? I don't know how actually, but maybe you know better.
No, of course it is, and I think at the moment with virtual reality, we are currently in the beginning of that kind of, I would say, business, because what we're currently doing is we are just watching passively porn. That's all. So with augmented reality, we have the possibility to get more interactive, because you can stay somewhere in a room where you are, and probably you can have a girl watching a scene on the next, I would say, table, probably. So of course, there's a lot of possibilities how to move porn into AR or mixed reality. Yeah.
Is there any company working in the AR field of the adult entertainment?
Currently not. I think currently is VR itself kind of hot topic. Yeah. Personally, we testing a lot of, I would say, different kind of. What we try to do is also working with some teledildonics, which means it's something probably completely new for you.
Yes, of course.
It's like for example, you maybe know kind of these all sex toys or vibrators what you can get, and they're hard coded with the movie of our content, for example. Yeah, means so the guy should actually feel what he's seeing, or the other way around, or the girls. We're actually producing a lot of stuff for girls as well. So
I'm blushing. So I'm buying it and I use it.
Yes, you're buying it and you can use it, and you actually feel what you see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And So you just said you're producing a lot of movies or porn also for females. Is it like is it another big trend? I mean, next to VR?
That was actually not the plan for us. Actually, it was like we did our first big presentation with reality lovers at the Venus show here in Berlin last year. And what we got, the first reaction from, I would say, from the girls, I want to see it, I want to see it. And from women came up, yeah, why you are not producing movies also for girls? Means the other way around. Because when we're talking about virtual reality, at the moment, the most scenes are shooted from the point of view. That means there's a guy who is like, you replace the camera, or you replace his head with the camera. So you actually in the scene. And the girls want to have the other scenes around. They say, okay, I want to be getting happy from the guy. So, and this was actually a start where we saw, okay, there's a potential, and I would say now 50% of our production is focused on women's. Yeah, which is...
So there's also a demand of 50%?
There's, yeah, what we see, yes. From the downloads and everything, yes.
Okay, good, pretty interesting. So when as I said before, I got a little bit of experience concerning VR with gaming, etc. And it's always a talk also about, on the one hand, distribution, and on the second point, coverage. So it's more or less like everybody's talking about VR. It's a big hype topic. I mean, it can be used, for example, in real estate. It could be used in mobility. For example, imagine you're going to a BMW salesman, and he just gives you an Oculus Rift, and you can see exactly the customized car you wanted to buy. But it's always a question of coverage and distribution. Isn't that also for you the biggest challenge? Because Oculus Rift is around, I don't know, $500? I'm not sure about it, but it costs a lot of money.
Of course, I agree. Of course, this is a barrier for our business. But we see the potential that a lot of big players are working on the VR space. Like even like Samsung was one of the main driver in the past, but now you have much more companies. Sony's PlayStation VR came out I think last November.
Yeah.
A lot of other companies, big players, big manufacturers investing money into that VR. Even companies like Facebook and Google do. So this is something where I really believe that. I would not say this year, but probably 2018, 2019, VR headsets become probably like one of the tools at home.
But at the same time, I mean, I see the difference that Facebook and Google and Apple are jumping on VR or on the VR AR topic. But at the same time, there was already like 3D porn.
Yeah.
I Googled that. And actually it never became mainstream, even though the technology is out there for, I don't know, 3 to 5 years. Mm-hmm. What is the difference? Is it just the difference that the big companies are not jumping on that topic? But
no.
Okay.
No. The big difference is about the feeling, about the transmission of the content. And the big difference, I was watching 3D porn in the past, and we were thinking about it because, we are trying to be innovative. And it's very hard because if you're watching porn, you want to be alone. You want to see it alone, you're very personal, or probably with your girlfriend or whatever. But with 3D, you have to watch it on a television. Yeah, you have to put the DV in, you have to really watch it, and then you have the glasses on, which are probably sometimes working, sometimes not. I heard our experience was that a lot of people was not even feeling the 3D effect, what was offering from the technical point of view, and I think this is much more better resolved from virtual reality because you have the goggles on, you think you dive deep in another world, you are completely in another room, you are completely in another scene. If you put the earplugs on, so you're completely out of the space where you are now. I think that's the difference.
So the difference is more a technology-wise difference, that it's better working.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So there has been a target group in the past for, I don't know, a Hustler, which is a print magazine, if I'm not wrong. Now it's internet porn, and now you have virtual reality porn. Who is the target group for virtual reality porn? Is it like, I don't know, an older target group? Is it a target group like me? Will it be my son?
I think you are the right target group already.
Obviously.
But basically, I would not say it's from the age. It's about even how people are using technology. It's the same if you're, if I compare it to my father is happy still to do online banking and writing emails, and that's all what he's doing on this computer.
Oh my God, I didn't. I thought you were talking about a different topic with your father. Okay, good. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you have. I'm coming really in a bad situation.
Good. It's good. Okay, yeah.
No,
email and online banking for your father.
Okay.
That's good.
And,
Okay.
and the thing is, I guess it's like from our point of view, it's like I would say, everything between 18 and 40 plus is like our target group on that, and it doesn't matter if it's male or female.
Okay. Yeah. So right now, some of the last questions. Now your virtual reality porn are paid porn, right?
Yes.
You have to pay for is it like a flat rate, a monthly flat rate, or how a subscription based, or what is it?
What we have is subscription based. We have 3 types of models. It's a monthly model, it's a 3-month model, and a yearly model. The thing is, if he's signing up for any kind of that, he's getting a flat rate content with some kind of, I would say, special goodies. We, for example, to spread out the headsets, we're giving this goggles for free. Okay. And some of them, I would say, these cardboard goggles. And what we do is we put always, every week, we're putting 2-3 new movies on the site. So it's like always updated. Yeah.
But at the same time, if the industry is growing and VR porn is growing, I mean, there's obviously the market moving too, which means there will be a lot of platforms who actually offer free porn.
Of course.
In VR. Is that something you would move with them? Is it something like, no, we will, concerning our quality of VR porn, we will stay paid? I mean, it's a little bit like in publishing.
That's said easily. If you want to have quality porn still now from the, I would say, 2D business, you still have to pay for it. So everything what you get free is, from the content point of view, more than 10 years old. That's a problem what you get. So if you want to get good quality of content with new stuff, you have to pay for it. Yeah. So, and that's the same here. I don't think that we are, and I'm not a friend of free porn, honestly, because this is just damaging the market itself. But I don't think in VR it will become that big, because it's not technically not possible.
So, last question before we're gonna end this topic, is what exactly we are talking about VR, AR, about the past. What is the future after VR porn?
The future after VR is, as we spoke before, is a part of augmented reality, it's mixed reality. The future then, I would say, is our holograms. If you saw, for example, something like Microsoft HoloLens, this is something where I strongly believe this is also a main driver. And it's about, development and content production. So what will be in future, in my point of view, of porn and technology, it will much more fuse. For example, you will have some animated more porn actors instead of just real porn actors. So this is something, a mix between that.
I cannot imagine that, but happy that you do, because it's your business. Thank you so much. And pretty open for any questions from the audience to René about virtual reality porn or the adult entertainment industry.
Don't be shy.
Nobody. A big surprise for me. Oh no, seriously, over there.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
You're working on a software side. Are you thinking of going into the hardware? Kind of, you wear the glasses and then you lean back, and something else is doing it, or is that completely?
What exactly are you talking about?
You know that scene in Minority Report?
Yeah.
Are you going on working on a robot doing it for you, or is that kind of an idea you have, or are you just into VR and the software side?
No, I think regarding this robots or stuff like that, this is this is real future. So we are working more or less on the software side and just giving the people, I would say, a good time with the VR glasses. So we are not going to produce some, I would say, hardware around that. That's not our case.
I lost you.
Was this the right answer? Yeah.
Okay. One more question.
How do you see the future of porn? Because I think, or I have the impression that it's quite difficult to monetize it, right? You have a lot of free platforms, and maybe they're coming up more free platforms? Do you put sponsorship like McDonald's in the background, or what is like the future of monetizing it?
The thing is, currently what I see from the industry, there's no way more to get more free porn as you get now at this moment. So it's already most of free. The only thing how to monetize it is with something new, like products like VR, yeah, or something like that. And I can see it on our numbers. We still have people who wants to pay for it. They are open and say, okay, we want to get the new content. We're gonna because it's like a chicken and egg problem. If you don't spend money for content, yeah, then there's nothing where you can boost the content. So there's no money there for that. So it has to be turned around, and the content has to be produced. And the thing is, if you can see the numbers of tube sites, they're currently, I would say, more or less stable. They're not like growing a lot anymore. So they're stable, and the demand, and even their business model changed already. They're, for example, giving all this old shit. They're giving it for free. And everything which is kind of new content, they called it like, for example, Pornhub Premium, and then you have to pay for it. So even they go back to the payment, to the pay side model.
Okay. So René, thank you very much for this eye-opening talk, and thank you too.
Thank you very much.